check out my melody. Hello, welcome back to Music and Moonsaults, episode 7 of the flagship. Time flies. Crazy to believe this is the 7th month I've been doing these videos now. I started doing them back in October, and so I appreciate all of you who have watched any of my videos. If you like what you see, please leave a thumbs up. Please click the subscribe button. Leave a nice comment. You can follow me on Twitter at IbanezChris. I also now have a Facebook page. So if you go to Facebook and just search Music and Moonsaults, you'll find me there, and I post all the links there to the videos. And also audio format, if you just want to, maybe you're in your car a lot like I am and you just want to listen, anchor.fm is the place to check that out, and it'll point you to the direction you need to go, be it Apple Podcasts, and if that's you, please leave a 5-star rating and a nice review there, or Spotify. Follow me on there, Google Podcasts, and a whole host of others. So that's the place to go. I think that's all the housekeeping. So very excited. Been looking forward to this since I started this channel. It's WrestleMania season. As you know, we did the WrestleMania draft last month. And today, assuming everything goes to plan with the editing process of this video, today is the 20th anniversary of WrestleMania 17, or X-7 if you want to. I don't even know why. I think they were just trying to be cool, but it's 17. And it's my favorite WrestleMania. I think it's a lot of people's favorite WrestleMania. I think it's widely considered the best WrestleMania. I will be covering the event in full here in about that'll probably drop like this WrestleMania weekend this year. And I'll probably have Matt on for that because that's one of his favorites as well. But the theme song. So we're going to do something different. Instead of wrestler themes, we're talking about the theme song for a pay-per-view. And the theme song for WrestleMania 17 was My Way by Limp Bizkit. I'll spit it out eventually. And it's the theme song for the event, but more than that, it's the theme song attached to the main event, which is The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF title in the Astrodome. And I don't think there's a song that is more synonymous with a match than My Way is to that second Rock Stone Cold WrestleMania match. Like the only one that comes close in my mind is The Memory Remains by Metallica was used for the Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Triple H at WrestleMania 28. But other than that, like, when I think it's a two-way street. When I think of the match, I think of this song. When I hear this song on the radio, I'm instantly transported back to that match, that video package. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you, talk about the song a little bit. And then I'm going to watch on my computer here the video package for The Rock vs. Stone Cold. And I'm just going to kind of react to it, give my commentary on it. Um, and yeah, because it's probably the best video package WWE has ever produced. And say what you want about, creatively, in between the ropes and whatnot about them, they always are top notch when it comes to video packages, and this is like the cream of the crop we're talking here. So yeah, in 2021, Limp Bizkit's kind of a punchline. Like, people make fun of it. I've this is the closest I could get to the red baseball cap that Fred Durst is famous for. But I think people forget how hot both my Limp Bizkit, singularly, and the new metal genre or the rap metal genre was in the late 90s, early 2000s. So, for example, the song My Way comes to us from the Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water album, which is Limp's third studio album. That album was released in October of, let me get the exact date here, October 17th, 2000. So the previous fall. And of course, wrestling fans, another song from this album is famous in wrestling history. Rollin' was obviously in, I think he started using it. I'd have to go back and rewatch my video that I did on the Undertaker. Go watch my Undertaker video from this past November, and you'll get the exact answer. But it's either in December or January when Undertaker begins using Rollin' as his theme music. But as I said, back to the album. October 17th, 2000, the album comes out. The first day it's released, it sells 400,000 copies. Let me repeat that. The first day it's released, it sells 400,000 copies. Going gold is 500,000 copies. That's insanity. Especially, you think about it in today's terms, like that those numbers are unless you're Taylor Swift or somebody, like those numbers are unfathomable. So 400,000 copies in the first day. The first week, it sold 1,054,511 copies. So it goes platinum in its first week. It's the largest first week sales debut for a rock album in the U.S. since SoundScan began in 1991. The second week of the release, it sold another 400,000 copies, 392,000 copies. And obviously it debuted at number 1. It stayed at number 1 the second week. So 2 months after it's released, we're talking December of 2000, the album was certified 4 times platinum. So that's 4 million copies. And then 6 months later, so we're talking April, so right around the time of WrestleMania, it was 5 times platinum. And by the time we get to April, a year after this event, April of 2002, the album was certified 6 times platinum. So, like, insanity. Like, Limp Bizkit was hot. Was a popular act in 2001. There's no denying that. So we get to My Way, and it's actually the 4th single we released off the album. And it's released as a single in January 6th of 2001 is when it's released as a single. and then we get into March, and that's when we first start seeing it or hearing it on WWF television. And the famous video package with The Rock and Stone Cold, it kind of builds by the time we get to WrestleMania. So I've been watching along on the network, 2001, and I got all the way up to the go home week, and I'm stuck because of the switch over to Peacock. They wouldn't extend my WWE Network subscription to the changeover date of, I believe it's April 3rd, when it's the hard and fast everyone's got to be transitioned over by this date. Right now, there's kind of as I'm recording this, there's a, kind of like a soft open type deal where you can still have your network subscription, but you also can try using Peacock as well right now. Well, unless your bill date is before April 3rd, like me, it was March 22nd was my bill date, and they were like, tough luck, you got to start using Peacock. The problem with that is they don't have hardly anything loaded up there. They definitely don't have anything from 2001 as far as Raws and SmackDowns go. So, and I've been out of luck as of yet finding other sources for those, if you catch my meaning. But anyways, so starting The Rock, Stone Cold wins the Royal Rumble. The Rock wins the title from Kurt Angle at No Way Out. And then as we start building each week, like a little bit of this video package starts to take shape. And it starts when, Vince McMahon makes Austin's wife Deborah be The Rock's manager, which causes some friction. Rock keeps a couple stunners along the way, and they just keep going back and forth till finally there is an amazing sit-down interview with Jim Ross, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin on SmackDown 2 weeks before WrestleMania. It's the last thing I was able to watch, and I'm glad I did, because I remember it vividly, but I remember parts of it vividly, but I don't remember the whole thing. It's such a good piece of business. We need more of that. That's what wrestling today needs, is more of that kind of stuff, but I won't go on that tangent right now. So, and it keeps building and building, and like I said, and then we finally get to WrestleMania, and they play this video package. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to pull up the vid first. I'm going to recite some lyrics for you first before we get started. So it starts out with a sample, actually, of there's a song called My Melody by Eric B. and Rakim. And so the beginning, where it says check out my melody, that's a sample from that song. But then we get into special. You think you're special, you do. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it when you laugh at me. Look down on me, you walk around on me. Just one more fight about your leadership, and I will straight up leave your shit, 'cause I've had enough of this, and now I'm pissed. And then this time I'm going to let it all come out. This time I'm going to stand up and shout. I'm going to do things my way. It's my way or the highway. And then it comes back, and just one more fight about a lot of things, and I will give up everything to be on my own again, free again. Um, and then there's a little like a little bridge. Is someday you'll see things my way, 'cause you'll never know where you never know where you're gonna go. Um, and then one more time it goes, just one more fight and I'll be history. Yes, I will straight up leave your shit and you'll be the one who's left missing me. And I'll kind of point out where the lyrics kind of fit in to the video package as I'm watching it. So I'm gonna pull this up. Stone Cold Steve Austin wins the Royal Rumble as My Way starts, and The Rock just pinned Kurt Angle to win the WWF title. Special. You think you're special? You do. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it when you laugh at me. Look down on me and walk around on me. Couple stalemates of the two of them trying to get the better of the other one. And now Vince is naming Deborah, the Rock's manager. JR goes, "What the hell is that?" And then we go to that sit-down interview, and The Rock's like, I never wanted Deborah as my manager. I don't need her as my manager. She's not my responsibility. She's not my wife. She's your wife. And then Angle had a match with The Rock, a rematch for the title. He ends up putting Deborah in the ankle lock. And so Austin comes down and takes care of Angle and then gives The Rock a stunner. You got the WWF title, and I want it. Now we go to a match. Austin and Angle was wrestling on SmackDown. Rock came down to try and rock bottom Austin to get some revenge. Angle breaks it up and gets the rock bottom, but then Rock eats another stunner. And so now The Rock is pissed. In the following Raw, he finally gets a rock bottom on Austin. Austin's doing if you've seen the picture of Austin with like 8 beers that he's drinking, Rock comes up behind him and gives him a stunner. So that's kind of cool. And then we got a stare down here from a SmackDown. I believe this was Joe Louis Arena from the looks of it. And Austin hands Rock a beer. And they toast really aggressively. And then now they start trading punches. This time I'm going to stand up and shout. I'm going to do things my way. It's my way or the highway. And just belt shots. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Someday you'll see things my way, 'cause you never know when you're gonna go. I will give you every drop of sweat. I will give you every drop of blood and every ounce of energy. And you're going to get the absolute best of The Rock. I need to beat you, Rock. I need it more than anything you could ever imagine. Ooh, that's the line right there, baby. Woo! Yep, that's the good stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. I will link that video in the description of this video, and so you can watch it, because yeah, it's all these years later, it still hits real nice. So that's it, really. There's not much more to it. It's a great, like every time, and it's not a song I hear often anymore. But anytime I do, it's like immediately, it's like WrestleMania 17, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. just, oh, it's my favorite. It's the best. It's the best. Anyways, that'll do it today. Not much else to add there. So yeah. Rest of this month we're gonna have, like I said, probably Matt will be back on to talk this very WrestleMania 17. Also, I got my brother Kyle coming back on. We're gonna talk some Foo Fighters again. It's the 10-year anniversary this month of the Wasting Light album. So we're gonna talk about that in more detail than we did when we did the ranking the albums episode back in December. But yeah, that's what's going on this month. There may also be another new album review depending on the Postal Service. So keep your eyes on that. If it's not this month, it'll be early next month. So, and I already got some cool stuff lined up for May too as we keep rolling. Just lots of good stuff, lots of fun times here on Music and Moonsaults. Yeah, so thank you everyone who has been supporting the channel, who's been checking it out. I know I got a lot of new traffic after the draft because Joe and Jeremy are awesome, and they have a loyal fan base, and some of you have migrated over and checked my stuff out, and for that I am forever thankful. Please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. That would mean the world to me. So, until next time, subscribe, thumbs up, anchor.fm, all that jazz. Until next time, see ya.